Gonna be changing it if we need to. It's not about perfection, guys. It's about progression. What is it about? Progression. So, I don't believe in perfection, but I do believe that perfect practice makes permanent. You guys understand? So what does that mean? That means if we give all of our attention here today and bring all of us to this session, we are thereby together creating a perfect practice scenario. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. So what that means is that we're really gonna have to bring it. When you guys come up here, we gotta go for it like we did the other day at the gym. Wasn't that fun? Wasn't that a bunch of fun?
Okay.
We're gonna be doing a lot of that here today as well. So that means you guys really gotta bring it and totally let go. Just like you're going on a Six Flags ride. I'm going zip lining. I'm going bungee jumping. Oh my God, here we go. Ah! And then before you know it, you're off to the race. We're gonna choose an opening leg. Everybody say all legs have equal value.
All legs have equal value.
So that means if I start off with an analogy, that's just as good as if I start off with a series of questions. Or if I start off with a personal story or observational story. Okay? All legs have equal value. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna give you all a demo right now if I start off with a series of questions. Let's just say I did, okay? Remember the rule of 3, ask 3 questions in a row. Something like this. How many people here would love to become better speakers, better presenters by the time we finish our session here today? Let me see you guys. Okay, that's almost everybody. And how many people understand that communication works for those that work hard at it? Let me hear you say I. I think that you got to put in a little bit of practice, right? And then how many people also want to monetize your newfound skill? If that's you, say, show me the money.
Show me the money.
Show me the money. Right? So I start with a series of questions. That's my opener. That's it. That's my opener right there. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to number 2 right here, which is the preview. The preview is nothing more but telling them what's on the menu here today. What's the objectives? So awesome. You're in the right room today, because today we're going to talk about how to structure a presentation without using any notes, just creating a visual mind map. Today we're also going to talk about how to deliver like a pro every single time. How often?
Every single time. Every last time.
And then we're also going to talk about how to monetize your presentations. I just did my preview. That's it. That's what the preview is. Now remember, number 2 goes to number 3. It's like soccer. It's like basketball. We're passing it over. So now I'm going into my background. But before we get started, would it be okay if I just tell you guys a little bit about who I am and why I feel like I've earned a right to talk about this topic? Right? Would that be okay with everybody? So you ask to go into your background. Let me tell you guys about who I am. So my name is Ariel Ginga. I started Atlanta Public Speaking. I started from a lot of frustration. How many people have ever been frustrated with the topic and you're like, man, this is going to drive me to figure out a solution?
We're all frustrated with the topic of hobbies.
Okay, yeah, we gotta work on that. We gotta work on that. So you'll notice here in the background that what am I doing? I'm gonna start talking about how I was terrible at public speaking. When I was 14 years old. How many people here, you're 14 years old? I remember doing a presentation.
I'm 12.
I had a really cool poster board. I got up in front of the class and I left my poster up there. I remember being 14 years old and just feeling that heart pounding in my chest, sitting back down. I didn't say a word and my face turned bloody red. Whoa. So I'm like, okay, all right, he's talking about his challenges. Remember guys, the CC stands for challenges and credibility. Now, what we also got to do is we got to put some credibility early on in the talk. Why would that be important? Now we put some credibility right here before we get into the main topic. What does credibility mean? Trustworthiness. So I'll say something like, today I have the good fortune of coaching professionals from IBM, from Georgia Tech, JJC. I've coached hundreds of entrepreneurs, tons of students, many corporate teams, and we've gotten great success learning how to public speak and how to deliver a message, credibility. Because why should I listen to you? A lot of the audience and the capstone May 4th, they're going to be like, okay, what makes you the expert, little 14-year-old? But then when you tell them, hey, I did this. I researched for, 500 hours. I went and I watched 29 YouTube videos. I'm like, okay, he's probably more expert than me. Y'all feel me? Okay? So that's what you do here in the background. You talk. What's the 2C stand for?
Credibility.
Yes. Yeah. I have another circle. Copy me again. And this one right here, we're going to write the word review. Review. Which is nothing more but doing exactly what you did in the preview. So today we talked about how to structure presentation with no notes, just using visual mind maps. Today we talked about how to deliver like a pro. Today we talked about how to monetize your presentation. Boom, that's what the preview did. That's what the review did. Just what the preview did early on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay? So then today I'm going to leave you with one final, and then you just choose another leg to finish off your talk. For instance, I'm going to leave y'all with a call to action. I'm going to leave y'all with a challenge. And then I just put in that conclusion right there. Yes, question right here.
Right? It's kind of like writing an essay.
Yeah, but the only difference is we're not relying on words.
Yeah.
We're relying on visuals.
And ideas.
And personal confidence.
And the sizzle. And the crackle. And the meat. And the juice. And the flavor.
What's that?
And salt. And the sauce. And salt.
Yes. 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 So definitely. So okay. So what we're gonna need to do now, the legs. We don't know what the legs are yet, because you got to go home and research them. We don't know, but we know that we got a lot to choose from right here. Everybody write down quote. Quote. Wow. Everybody write down visual. Okay. There's a lot of them. There's sometimes we just teach them how to advise, like how to advise, practical tips. I'm giving you 5 tips on how to do this part, so you can do it at home, so you can do it with your family. Here are the 5 ways to do it. So tips is a way to also help ground the point. Tips, at-home tips. You'll be relating that to your capstone. Select some visuals off the dome, some legs off the dome. Really, I want you to think about it in real time. Those things are going to be freestyle. We know we got this structure, but everything else is freestyle. Meaning, how am I going to ground this example? What's the first thing that you put over here? What is it? Project intro. Okay, so how are you going to ground that? Okay, I can just choose a few of these legs. Let them come to you in real time. So I remember when I first got started into this topic, brew and what is that? Brew and beyond. And here's the motivation that got me going. So I'm sitting there, I'm in the living room, I got my laptop, and I was thinking, boom, like there's a personal story, right? Yeah. Or it could be an analogy. Like when you're, and then you just start going into a kind of like bridge. It's kind of like, and then you go into an analogy. Does that make sense? So you ground it with 3 to 4 legs. Okay, don't worry, this is a rough draft. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the best we can. And then, yes, we have questions. Questions? Okay, question right here. Yeah, stat stands for statistic. Very good. Excellent. Hi. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to come up here and I'm going to coach you guys through it. And we're going to videotape this because I do believe what Tony Robbins says. Tony Robbins is a great motivational speaker. And he says that feedback is the breakfast of champions, not burritos. Feedback. So we got to get that video footage. We got to see ourselves in action. Did y'all know that the best of the best, they're always watching footage on themselves?
Yeah.
Who here does selfie videos? Who here likes to see themselves in action?
I would like to.
I like to be in action.
Be in action, see in action. Very good. So that's why we're putting the video camera in the back over there. So when you come up here, I want y'all to really go for it, because when you watch your footage, you're gonna want to be impressed with yourself. You're not gonna want to let yourself down. Oh man, the nerves. The nerves are tricky, but we gotta overcome them. And the way to overcome the nerves is this: you gotta talk loud, You gotta enunciate the words. You gotta have a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of passion, and you gotta move around up here. I'm gonna give y'all some techniques as I coach students in real time to incorporate and to create these lock-in effects for your subconscious. Okay, so we got one in the back right here. You can come up first. Come on first.